Cameron, leaving Sirius XM, just got done with the Max B interview. Max B had the NY streets flooded. Jimmy acting like he can't see the water rise.
Me and these niggas go back like 40 years.
When you hear that you definitely need to come home, what's the energy? Because I'm going to keep it 100. Yo, Kill, I got to talk to the governor in Jersey.
Yeah,
Yo,
mayor.
once I speak to the mayor and these brothers we got coming up.
It was, like I said, you just got to switch the mindset.
Max B coming home. Where we at with that? Are you able to get past that?
No.
Max B stepped out those prison gates and the whole city felt it, but Jim Jones couldn't even hide how salty he was. He hopped online calling the celebration dumb and trying to label Max B a failure, which is wild because didn't Jim cheer?
They caught a op not looking shit, now we gotta step down. Look at that. Half these niggas broke their
When Mel walked through that door, the shift in energy was impossible to miss, loud enough to spark instant chatter. But it gets even crazier. Max B just sat down with Cameron and Mace, and Cam didn't hesitate for a second. He flat out claimed Jim is still scared of Max B, even after all these years.
I want you to pass it at some point.
Don't need to crash out.
I definitely don't want you to crash out because I don't want to crash.
So now we have to unpack what really happened, why Jimmy's acting this way, and why Max B stepping back into the world is shaking his entire foundation.
There was a bitch, her name was Cindy and Mindy. I wasn't sure cause I was too tipsy off the Grammy, playing big in the van. Let me cream, my dick was a buckle, I was the ATM machine. Had the sparkle all in my ear, the low, nibble on the little nipples and blowing on the toe.
Max B, Max Bigavelli, is one of those artists where the deeper you dig, the more you realize he helped shape an entire era of New York rap without ever getting the praise he deserved. His real name is Charlie Wingate, born and raised in Harlem, and he came up in the early to mid-2000s as part of Jim Jones's Bird Gang crew. But here's the twist. Max wasn't just another member in the mix, not at all. He carried this loose, melodic, half-sung vibe nobody else was touching at the time. That wavy sound, floating, effortless, the same lane A$AP Rocky later brought to the mainstream, Max was laying the groundwork long before it became a trend. Even people who didn't like him had to admit he brought a fresh energy to the city.
I ain't gonna lie, Max B really inspired my whole rapping career too. I feel like, not rapping career, but you see the way I'm making melodies.
Yeah.
He was a big part of that because before I started rapping, I was singing Max B all the time.
Max started dropping mixtapes nonstop. $1 Million Baby, the Public Domain series, Coke Wave with French Montana, and each one turned into a cult favorite. Even without major backing, he was the rapper other rappers quietly studied. But in 2006, right when he was gaining real traction, everything collapsed. Max got caught up in a robbery situation that completely derailed his life. Here's how that night unfolded. On September 22, 2006, Max's ex-girlfriend, Gina Conway, told him about a guy she'd met, Alan J. Plowden, who was flashing big money. Instead of ignoring the distraction and staying focused, Max decided this was his next play. He sent his stepbrother, Kelvin Liao, to handle the robbery and told Gina to roll with him. They pulled up to Plowden's Holiday Inn room in Fort Lee looking for the bag. Gina knocked, and another woman, Giselle Neve, opened the door. Giselle said Plowden was asleep, but that's when Kelvin pulled out a gun, held her at gunpoint, and Gina duct-taped her. The whole room exploded into chaos. They tore the place apart searching for the cash, but came up empty. So they woke Plowden, tied him up too, and kept pressing him about the money. He insisted there was nothing there. Kelvin then forced him to call his partner, David Taylor, to bring the money over. But when Taylor walked in, he immediately started fighting Kelvin. Things escalated fast and the gun went off. Taylor was fatally shot on the spot. Afterward, Gina grabbed Giselle's purse and took $800 from Taylor's pockets, while Kelvin snatched his watch. And that's all they gained: gas money and a couple of small items. It makes the whole thing even more tragic. Once they fled, Plowden told the hotel staff what happened. When police arrived, they found him scrambling to hide $30,000. He got hit with his own charges because he was still moving the cash around. A few days later, Gina was arrested and instantly told detectives everything. Max, Kelvin, the plan, every detail. Max and Kelvin were arrested soon after, and Max was hit with a $2 million bail.
Let his kids go. Where's daughter? Let's not get close to the gate, guys. They're gonna tell us to move.
Let's see him, nigga.
Hold up.
By 2009, Gina took a plea deal on manslaughter and armed robbery and agreed to testify, facing up to 18 years. Fast forward to May 2009, Max and Kelvin's trial began. On June 9, 2009, both were convicted on 9 of 11 charges, including felony murder. Max was hit with 75 years, and Kelvin received a life sentence plus 35 years. The very next day, Gina was sentenced to 15 years. Max tried to appeal, but in August 2012, the appeal was denied, locking in that 75-year sentence. Then, in 2016, everything shifted when Max's conviction was thrown out after it was revealed his original lawyer had a major conflict of interest.
I would never work for that cornball ass again. Me? I'm a boss. I'm not with that. It's never nothing no more. Like, I look like a boss, I feel like a boss, I taste like a boss. Max Bigger Val. Out of here, man. So Jim Jones. Compare the names. Look, Max Bigger Val. Jim Jones. God, don't even add up. They're not on my level, man.
His sentence was dropped to 20 years after he pleaded guilty to aggravated manslaughter, changing the entire trajectory of his future. Jump to November, Max finally walked free after almost 16 years behind bars. Friends and family showed up to welcome him home, including his longtime collaborator, French Montana. French even posted a clip of Max coming out the gates with the caption, "Can't make this up. My brother really came home on my B-day. Ha ha ha. No more free you." The internet erupted instantly. Now let's slide right into the messy part, the long-standing tension between Max B and Jim Jones.
Like, for instance, I'm gonna keep it tall. That's kind of how I missed out on Max B. I'm just being straight up honest. And Jim ended up signing him because Jim seen the vision, because Jim had an outside vision of Max. I grew up with Max. Charlie Rambo, play all day, joking all the time. So when he came to me and said he's gonna start rapping, I was like, yo, Charlie, stop playing. His exact words was killer. They were like, no, let's get this clicking like Dorothy's heels.
Max B, he wasn't Max B, his name was Charlie Rambo. He got out of jail, he come up to me. This is word for word. So I'm like, Charlie, what on? You guys say, yo, Flea, I just came home. I said, y'all say you always just come. He said, yo, Flea, you know how to rap now. Let's get this clicking like Dorothy's heels.
Back when Max linked up with Bird Gang and Dipset, he wasn't just hanging around. He was doing heavy lifting, writing hooks, helping craft verses, and some even say he had a hand in major records like We Fly High.
From a few things that I'm saying, but you don't know the slam, like when you got locked up, you don't know the slander that I get. Cam, how the you let it go this way? From the same, like, what the how to go, da-da-da-da. I'm like, yo, I ain't see the yo, I ain't see this nigga be playing niggas in and out of jail all the time, man. I ain't see this shit was gonna happen. Niggas be ready to take my head off about this shit.
Yeah, and you ain't a prophet.
Yeah.
They want you to be about prophet.
Yeah, listen, man. And I listen, I'm first tell you, I missed out and I didn't see it because you was too much of my nigga and I didn't see the vision. And sometimes what it is, not even talking about you, because you turned out to be something this.
You still got me in though.
Oh no,
You did everything in your you was like, look, go see bro.
Yeah, but listen, we boomerang, we here now. We ain't even gonna get into it.
I'm just saying, like that's how
right.
Even you acknowledge like still like damn, I got Jaja, I got this nigga, I got Rev, I got you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You said nah, boom.
But here's where the real drama begins. According to Max, he never got proper credit or fair money for his contributions. He said he was being used. He'd help build the sound, put in the work, and Jim would walk away with the checks while Max barely saw anything. There were shows where Jones was making major money and Max was getting paid a couple $100s, practically nothing compared to the work he was putting in.
Max B coming home. Where we at with that? Are you able to get past that?
No. Now we get past now. We can get past that now. You want to get past it, or you want to dive more into it, or you want me to tweak it?
I want you to pass it at some point.
You want me to crash out?
I definitely don't want you to crash out because I don't want to crash out. Now, what I want for myself, I want for my brother.
I appreciate it.
You see what I'm saying? Because there's too much money out here, there's too much life out here, and I like to do the things that I like to do. Ain't nothing feel better than living right now.
This whole thing wasn't just about who got paid. It was about respect, real respect. Max said Jim never treated him like an equal, even though he was carrying a huge chunk of the creative load behind the curtain. That disrespect kept stacking up until Max finally cut ties with Bird Gang for good. After that, he linked up with French Montana, and the two started dropping music that clapped back at Jim Jones and reminded everyone who really helped build those hits. They weren't subtle. They aired everything out boldly. Jim, meanwhile, insisted he never blocked Max B's money and was just operating the way his mentors taught him. But here's the part Jim skipped over. He didn't hand Max his publishing back willingly. He had to take him to court, and the judge made Jim return it. That detail alone speaks volumes. Cameron even chimed in later, fully siding with Max. He said Jim has a history of trying to control the people around him and then taking credit for work he didn't completely create. Cam even admitted he wanted to sign Max before Bird Gang, but he didn't recognize the vision early enough, and that single moment changed everything. Even with all the drama, Max and Cam stayed solid. So when Max came home, he sat down with Cam and Maz for that long-awaited interview. And here's the part that had people raising eyebrows. They never mentioned Jim at all. Not once. They kept it about Harlem, Max's time inside, and what he wants to build next. But while Max was celebrating freedom surrounded by love, Jim Jones couldn't hold it together. Instead of showing growth or even staying quiet, he hopped online, throwing shade, calling the celebration pointless, trying to mock Max like he wasn't a major pillar of the Dipset era. That reaction exposed everything without him even realizing it. Because the second Max walked free, all those old conversations Jim avoided for years came rushing back. Who wrote what? Who crafted the sound? Who built the wave? And Jim knows exactly why that makes him uncomfortable. His energy been off since the moment Max stepped out. The wild part? Max didn't even acknowledge the drama. When he sat with Cam and Maz, he didn't throw shots, he didn't take the bait. He talked about his growth, his plans, his life now. And that silence hit harder than any diss track ever could, because it showed he moved on, while Jim clearly hasn't. Fans caught it immediately. Old interviews resurfaced, credits got pulled up, old issues went viral again, and suddenly the internet remembered exactly how much Max contributed to the very sound Jim built his career on. That's when things got uncomfortable for Jim, because a free Max means the truth can't stay buried. Max is locked in, leveling up, rebuilding his life. Meanwhile, Jim looks stuck, replaying the same old storyline. Then, Cameron dropped the line that lit the internet on fire. He said Jim is still scared of Max B after all these years. And he didn't say it as a joke, he said it plainly. Within minutes, fans were dragging out old clips of Jim dodging questions or brushing off Max's name like it made him uneasy every time he talked. Cam didn't even have to explain it. The history speaks loud. Back when Max started gaining real buzz, Jim wasn't ready for someone in his own circle to shine that bright. And now that Max is home again, that old pressure snaps right back. Except now, Max is sharper, calmer, wiser, and it shows every time he talks. Jim, on the other hand, keeps trying to act unbothered, but the tone of his comments tells the real story. All the little slick shots look like someone defending a position they don't feel steady in anymore. Max being home forces the truth back into the light. Who created what, who deserved credit, and who held who back. And when someone like Cameron, who witnessed it firsthand, says Jim been nervous about Max's name for years, that hits different. Max isn't stirring anything, but his presence alone shakes the whole room. And while Max isn't focused on Jim at all, it's clear Jim is still carrying something heavy. When Maz asked him recently if he could finally let the past go, Jim flat out said no and refused to explain it. You could see instantly that it struck a nerve. Now fans are battling it out in the comments. One person wrote, Jim still got PTSD from Max running around WorldStar clowning him every day and even bringing up that hotel mess. The internet never forgets. But others took it in a softer direction, saying, Jim is only talking like this because Max isn't in front of him. If they sat face to face, they'd fix it. The love is still there. Jim is hurt by Cam too, and he needs to admit he hurt Max as well. They could move forward. That comment had fans going back and forth all night. So what's your take? Can they really move past all this? Or did the history get too deep, too messy, too public for things to ever go back to how they once were before Max got locked up? This situation runs way deeper than most people realize. Before you head out, make sure you subscribe to DripZ, drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and share this video if you're rocking with the content. And don't forget, tapping that hype this video button is free and helps the channel grow like crazy. Appreciate you for watching.